Terima kasih sudah hadir kembali dalam acara Product of the Week hari ini. Dan seperti yang Bapak Ibu lihat di layar monitor Bapak Ibu masing-masing, kali ini kita akan membahas produk dari Fischer, yaitu Fasad System Solution.
Kita mungkin langsung saja ke dalam sesi talk show Product of the Week kita hari ini. Dan hari ini seperti yang tadi Mbak Yu sampaikan, kita akan membahas salah satu produk dari Fischer, yaitu Fasad System Solution di sini. Dan seperti biasa di Product of the Week kita selalu hadir, kita mengundang, istilahnya kita mengistilahkan professional reviewer. Dan hari ini kita kehadiran Pak Satria dari PERAFI. Halo, selamat siang Pak Satria.
Halo, selamat siang.
Selamat siang semuanya.
Terima kasih Pak sudah bantu kita menjadi profesional reviewer Pak.
Ya, sama-sama.
Oke. Dan tadi teman-teman dan Bapak Ibu juga sudah mendengarkan Mbak Liza hari ini berdua bahasa bilingual karena hari ini kita kehadiran Bapak Ibu Fischer ini yang kita import, ada yang dari Singapura, ada yang langsung dari Jerman. So I want to invite Cedric for this talk show as a technical engineer from Singapore. Hello, Cedric. Can you on your audio, Cedric?
Hello, good afternoon everyone.
Hello, Cedric. And Cedric tidak sendiri, Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman sekalian. Cedric ditemani juga oleh perwakilan Fischer langsung dari Jerman, dan I would like to invite Ralph Webers and Magdalena von Weders to join in this talk show. Hello, Ralph, Magda.
Hello to everyone. Good
Hi.
Hai.
Sorry,
Hi, nice to see everybody.
Pronunciation to call your names is wrong, I think. Okay, so
No problem.
for the start talk show today, maybe Cedric, you can share to us what is Fischer and what products you will share to us, please.
Thanks again to all make that happen. We are pleased to have the opportunity to let you know today a little bit about inside view about Fischer Facade Systems. But let me explain in a nutshell, in a few sentences before, what we are and what are our core competencies at Fischer. I would say we can say that all began with the invention of the Fischer plug. You probably ever heard something about the Fischer Dübel, we call it in German. So we invented actually the plug, and probably all of you know it revolutionized the fixing technology worldwide. And it was the start of a great journey and development of some groundbreaking fixing types, like Fischer undercut anchor, for example, which we introduce you to today more in detail, which belongs to the Fischer Facade Systems. One of our core values at Fischer is, for sure, safety and reliability. This is what Fischer stands for, and this is actually our core DNA within our group. And meanwhile, we are working more than 50 subsidiaries in a lot of countries worldwide. We are lucky, for instance, that we have today the audience to let you know further inside view about our facade systems in Southeast Asia. We have as well in Singapore a subsidiary in presence. We have local presence in Indonesia. And we would like to tell you today a little bit more about our systems and also some core values. And what I told you before about reliability and safety. This is actually why we stand for, but nevertheless, Fischer is much more than actually only the fixing solutions where we belongs to. Fischer is meanwhile also a big organization, and let me explain you in a nutshell. We already have 5 business units. The foundation was for sure, as explained before, the Fischer Fixing Systems. But meanwhile, we do have also a business unit which worked in the automotive industry. Even one of our core business units was the so-called Fischer Technik. This is a subsidiary, or I would say a business unit which provides children special toys. As well, we do have a consulting division where we transform as well also our knowledge and competences in terms of process to other companies. And another subsidiary which we recently opened was Fischer Electronics, where we are working with touch screens and other devices, which probably will have in the future a big impact as well, might be on Fischer fixing solutions. But the basement originally comes from the fixings. Now a little bit hand over to Cedric.
Yep.
To let you know also further inside view about our facade systems.
Okay, so we are for system tech, we're actually under the Fischer, under the fixing part. So we have more than 30 years experience in the facade industry worldwide, and we're also trying to building those. We have a wide range of networks between our customers and consultants. Means to say we have people everywhere, in a way that because right now the projects probably designed in country A, then execute in country B, but no problem. We have the staff to make sure that the project is going to running smooth. Then we have a wide range of product, one-stop solution. I will elaborate more in later PowerPoint slide. And of course, the last but not least, we are building our facade sector is actually to building more project reference worldwide. We will also elaborate more on during the later presentation stage. Without further ado, let's watch a small short video talk about our facade system.
Standards for facade durability, energy efficiency and design flexibility are increasing continuously. The Fischer Facade systems fulfill all of these expectations. Fischer Facade systems, subframe systems and undercut anchors from one single source. Lead system provider for ventilated rain screen facades. The Fischer Facade systems are the optimal modular system for all requirements and materials. This visually most appealing solution is achieved through concealed fixing using FZP2 undercut anchors and suspending clasps in horizontal profiles. The innovative assortment is the perfect choice for visible and concealed attachment of all common cladding materials for ventilated rain screen facades. Fischer Facade systems utilize the effect of a rear ventilation to create an energy-efficient facade and provide optimal weather protection. With high quality, a long service life and a consistent recycling circuit, the matching shape of the undercut anchor creates an interlocking and stress-free fixing in a conical undercut drill hole. The fixing is not externally visible, creating a visually appealing facade surface. Setting the anchor using undercut technology allows the user to select the best structural position in the facade panel. This significantly reduces the bending moment of the panel. The consistent residual wall thickness as a reference in drilling holes allows panel thickness tolerances to be compensated. More freedom in aesthetics and materials for visible fixing using rivets and facade clamps, and for concealed fixing using undercut anchors and cassette solutions. With more than 50 subsidiaries, Fischer is your global project partner on every level. We support you in all areas of facade construction. Fischer Facade Systems, subframe systems and undercut anchors from one single source. Lead system provider for ventilated rain screen facades.
Yep. Yeah, hope you enjoy the videos. So basically, the video actually give us a general brief view what we actually do and the product range we have and those product the advantages. So before we go to step into more details, probably I would like to have a so-called to introduce a bit more on so-called ventilated screen facade. So basically, the ventilated ring screen facade, we are talking about a double layer cladding system, a typical layout with an insulation and air gap between the weather cladding and the structure building wall. So compare with the traditional or conventional facade technology. In traditional, we are actually using the sealant to seal up the panel to panel, the gap. So we make it as one. Then for ventilated facade, actually we leave it all the construction joint open with purpose so that we can allow that the airflow in and out. The main purpose for this is actually we need to reduce the building energy consumptions. So not too hot, not too cold. And we also don't have to worry about the standing water because it is actually ventilated. So the water will be soon evaporated out and dried out. Yeah. So our intention is actually to provide a one-stop solution, which means to say that we have the product for the wall fixing anchors, and we also have this thermal insulator which underneath the wall holder, and this wall holder itself with horizontal runner, vertical runner. What we call is actually a subframe system, and our iconic product, the undercut technology, which we're using the anchor embedded into the facade panels. So you won't be able to see any joints. So it's actually hidden back of the facade panels. And in Fischer facade system, we define the facade system into two categories mainly. One is exposed facade system. Another one is actually considered as concealed facade system. So what is the main difference between those two? Now we go to one by one on the component first. First of all, they all have the fixing bolt, expansion bolt or chemical bolt. Then we have the wall holders, we have the vertical runners. Then for concealed, we have horizontal runners, we have clasp, we also have our undercut anchors. So what is the main difference? From the engineering perspective, for the exposed facade system, the panel itself is considered as part of the stress members. So it will take the overall strength from the integrity of the panel. It will affect the overall performance of the facade. Then, as for the concealed system, because we have this horizontal runner and the vertical profile will form a rigid steel structure. As a result, the panel itself, we can consider it a non-structural member. It's just simply cladding onto the horizontal runners. Then all the stress will transfer from the horizontal runner to vertical profile, then end up all the way transfer to the concrete. So the beauty of such a concealed environment, the facade, which allows us to have a larger panel, which gives the architect more design freedom. And also we can have a thinner panel materials, which save the cost. Then I will have a so-called overview of the anchors. So we have the anchors for the natural stone, starting from 20 mm above. For instance, granite, marble, sandstone, limestone, travertines. Yes, all those anchors will have a project reference being used a lot. Then up come to trend. We are talking about thinner panel materials. For instance, ceramic panels, high pressure laminated board. So we can have a special anchors with a shallower embedment, which allows us to embed into thinner material even from 8 mm and above. Last but not least, we also have a special anchor for glass. Then here will be a general view to demonstrate how we actually produce the whole. Because the important part of the facade panel is actually the panel itself. We have the fluctuation strength to control the bending moment. Secondly, we also need to the concerning is how we produce the undercut hole to the panel itself. So through this demo, we can see that we have a special artificial diamond drill bit to mill off from the panel back of the panel surface. So regardless, it's actually a stone or thinner panel materials. Then we have the offset from the center to form an undercut hole. Yep. So with the physical undercut hole, this process can be done by our machine or can be done by the normal CNC drilling machine. So because the drill hole is actually all done by the machine itself, and the high precision machine, so as a result, the tolerance, we are talking about 0.3 mm, even 0.2 mm, so very minor. Then after that, for installation will be quite straightforward. We insert the anchors into bottom of the hole. Then we apply by using the setting tools to press this sleeve downwards, and the sleeve will force the clip open. So end up, it will be like we're putting our hand into a flower vase. Then we just open our hand. It's impossible, no matter how you shake it, it's impossible to take out your hand unless you break the flower vase. So this is actually the same principles. So as a result, you can see we have a facade. We have a wide range of facade materials, which either our anchors or our subframe is able to work together with them. For instance, the first row, the fiber cement or high pressure laminated board or ceramic panels. Even for the very traditional natural stone, we can use our undercut anchors with our framing system. Then for terracotta or steel sheet or aluminum composite panels, or other metal panels, we also have the solution to work together with our framing system.
What we can say, actually, we are able to find a fixing solution in all kinds of cladding materials. So the foundation of our activity started for sure what Cedric described as natural stone. It's where it does come from, but in the building industry we have ongoing development. Means there is a trend more and more to thinner materials. What we are saying is that we can offer for all kind of cladding materials fixing solution with our undercut anchors. This is a little bit actually the message, and we do have a big library of testing reports of different materials, which we did in the last 30 years and which we are also doing currently.
Oh yeah, I have some question actually. This is quite interesting product, and I think also the system itself. In the first beginning of your presentation, you show us that actually the Fischer itself is providing a full set of system, right? From the anchorage to the main structures, and then after that aluminum extrusion as a main structures, and also the secondary structures as a vertical and horizontal runner, and also the subframing for hooking, like a sketch system, right? And also with the thermal insulation cell. Okay. As we understood, right? Indonesia is one of the biggest seismic zone area all over the world, from zone A to zone B or zone E or something. So I would like to ask also, is it the facade system itself, which is presenting by Fischer, is it suitable for in our region or not? Or do you have any do you ever have testing, like a seismic testing? Normally in facade, like unitized system, stick system, we have also like one of the tests is like a racking test or seismic test. Is it also this product also doing that testing or not?
Yes, we do have this test before, and we have the test report as well. If you don't mind, maybe I will share a short video to show the testing. Actually, this video is actually showing that from seismic level 1 to level 8. I will just show you the level 1 first, then followed by level 8. Then you will see the difference, right?
Okay. Sorry, Cedric, Pak Satria dan Ralph.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe I want to invite all the participants. If there's any questions, you all can type in chat columns before, and then we will read after discussions end. So, apabila ada pertanyaan teman-teman dan Bapak Ibu sekalian, jadi boleh dituliskan di kolom chat terlebih dahulu. Nanti kalaupun ada yang berbahasa Indonesia, nanti kita akan coba translate ke bahasa Inggris seperti itu. Okay, Cedric, please continue.
Alright. So this is level 1. Then followed by level 8.
La suite.
crois qu'elle est bonne.
Elles sont petites.
Well, yeah, that's the horizontal seismic. We also have a similar test, but it's actually perpendicular to the facade wall. But you can see the attitude is actually increasing a lot. Eventually, even the facade panels is actually chip off. Yeah.
So what we can say is we come later, probably we come later to our worldwide references, and we explain you also in the different locations what kind of challenges we had, and this was also the fact that we have to fulfill every kind of environmental issues like seismic areas as well, and we are proud that the system is reliable and safe once again.
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, if once you are say that the building owner or the project owner order like a full system, is there any treatment finishes for the what we call it, for the aluminum extrusion from you? Just or only mill finish be providing for the aluminum extrusion?
You're talking about the anodizing. Am I right to say that?
Yeah, it's only anodizing, or you provide also like powder coating or PPDF or something?
Normally, if there is no special request, it can be raw, can be anodizing. If there is a special requirement, then we can look into it to have a special coating on that. It can be customized.
Okay.
But usually it's not necessary to use anodized aluminium. As Cedric told, in most cases of the ventilated facade business, which we are working, we never had actually, we had some requests for anodizing, but that was mostly driven due to some optical reasons and actually not environmental issues.
No, because what I concern is because this is the rain skin system, which is the external environment. It easily come into the internal environment, like internal chamber like that, right? So as you know, like for example, like Jakarta and other big city like Surabaya in Indonesia, this is the humidity is very high. And also the percentage of the pollution also is quite high also. So it will be a big effect actually to the thickness of the anodizing, and easiest later on to the aluminum extrusion itself to be to get an oxidation. So therefore, it's good if from Fischer can provide also the finishes like the powder coating. Okay. Because this is I would say this is considered exposed material. It's not a hiding material.
Okay.
Also, what's of the interesting also for your undercut anchor. Is it like it's not like a new. I mean, I would say that it's a new technology, or it's already a long time you have this kind of product.
We can say we invented the undercut technique. It's like the Fischer plug. Cedric, you might share also another slide where we might explain a little bit the principle, because it's actually a stress-free fixing solution. It would be probably, if you show, let's say, the glass anchor documentation, Cedric, then we can explain it probably in a more precise way. This is something unique which we developed and found out. Our founder, Mr. Fischer, he invented this concept actually, and it's simple as it is, but in detail we know it becomes complex, but it works, and worldwide undercut used in kind of fixing solutions.
Because I saw also that when you when in this presentation, in the screen, I saw that when you make what do you call it, like just like you just really make a normal anchor, also to make a through hole, right? So you need.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe let me add something here, because you asked about the time frame, if it's a new or an old system or solution, and it has been invented some time ago. We started with the FZP, and now we have already second generation, so we improved on that technology. We have now FZP2, and it all started with a natural stone. That was the first anchor we did, and now we broadened the range of anchors we have, so now we can actually fix every material. So yes, the general technology was invented some time ago, but we continuously improve it and a wide range of the product so that we can fix everything.
So if I'm not wrong, Ralph, correct me. Basically, this technology has been used. One of the early project references is actually in early 90s, right?
Sorry, your audio is still mute.
Yeah, one of our first commercial project was in beginning of the 90s. It was a public building in Germany where we got the trust in us to use that technology in a large scale project.
Yeah. Right. So.
Okay, Pak Satria, Cedric, Rolf, and Magda, I want to asking too about the Fischer's anchor. So, in this slide, we can see all kind of the cladding material. So, if the project owners or the building owners already have another brands from cladding materials, is it the anchor from Fischer's still can use in that materials in the different brands maybe?
Are you referring to the natural stone? Different natural stone or different?
Yeah, like kind of natural stone or like maybe like aluminum actually.
Aluminum panels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also can be used with our subframe system. Yeah, but for the thin panel material wise, we might need to use so-called rivet. So which our this FZP2 anchor, undercut anchor may not be able to use in the aluminum sheet because it's too thin. Yeah, yeah. But when it comes to natural stone, yes, we know natural stone. They have a different types of stone. They have a granite, they have a sandstone, limestone, or travertine. So for those materials, we can of course we can do it in our. We have the ETA, European Technical Assessment, which will prove the natural stone can be up to 3 meters square, and the thickness starting from 20 mm and above. So, but of course, in terms of the suitable and I mean, when we have a known panel materials, especially for natural stone, then the performance of the natural stone really depends on where the stone coming from and how deep beneath the earth the stone is. So, because all those were affecting the performance of the stone. For instance, the density, the bending strength, which we care the most. So then we have to do a series of lab tests, third-party lab tests, to determine the capacity of the anchors. Then we can design accordingly and safely. Because safety is always our concern. Yep.
Okay. So when we need Fishers, your teams will make a supervisor on the project, right?
Yes, for sure. For Indonesia, please looking for our dear partner, Mr. Safety, and Malong is also here. So yes. he will assist all the projects inquiry in Indonesia. Of course, we will support him alongside. So don't worry, if you have any inquiry, please just let us know. We're happy to assist you.
Oke, thank you Cedric. Dan di sini juga kita kehadiran Pak Marlon sebagai dari Mr. Safety. Pak Marlon ini dan Pak Marlon adalah dan Mr. Safety representatif Fischer di Indonesia ya Pak Marlon. Halo, selamat siang Pak Marlon.
Ya, selamat siang Pak Bayu. Ya kita maybe for me just in Indonesia because our audience still have Indonesian, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you waktunya. Jadi sekedar memberi informasi saja bahwa kita sebagai representatif atau distributor tunggal Indonesia, kita sudah punya alat mesin untuk drilling di Indonesia, ada di warehouse kita, dan kita juga ada tim saya tidak sendiri, kita perusahaan yang cukup banyak, ada tim QC yang bisa memberikan site service ya dari dan quality control untuk pemasangan, dan ada tim engineering untuk membantu guide desain ataupun tes yang mungkin diperlukan di site. Jadi kita bisa full guide untuk kebutuhan project di Indonesia.
Jadi nggak perlu khawatir ya Pak Marlon ya kalau ada. Karena
kita juga sudah pernah ada beberapa project di sini, jadi aman.
Okay, so participant or Indonesian professional in construction, do not worry to use Fishers, right?
Yeah, we got the machine in Indonesia.
Okay. We back to Cedric's Ralph and Magda. Maybe do you have any slides and presentations about these products, please?
Yeah, I will continue. So, this is actually right to the topic and how we actually approach the project. Basically, we'll ask the inquiry from the consultant side. For instance, what is the design win load? What is the panel size intent? Then from there, we can pre-select the materials. Then from the materials, we will do a pre-engineering calculation and pre-engineering judgment, and conduct the test if necessary to determine the capacity when the anchor embedded into the panel, for instance, natural stone. Once I have everything, we will assist, work alongside with the contractors and consult to have the typical layout or the shop based on the calculation. Then concurrently, we will do the site demonstration and training to make sure the installation team, they are fully aware on how to use our product and what is the so-called, those are key factors which they need to pay attention of. Last but not the least, when everything is done in order, then we will make sure that the premium materials will deliver to the site smoothly on time. Yeah. So this is actually workflow. So in general, when we approach our key support to the project and to the client is actually we will work alongside with them from the project start until the project end. So which means we will work together with them, go to attend the site work, and if any site issues, we will go to the site to work hand in hand to settle the site issues with them, and also we will attend the project meeting, make sure everything, the delivery schedule and the installation schedule is as per planned. But then, other than that, in our daily, we will do the preparation and organization in various trainings to the applicators and meetings with consultants, seminars to create a brand awareness, to let them know how Fischer, what kind of solution we can provide to them. Because ultimately, in our belief, is that Fischer is not just selling products; we are selling solutions. We are trying to resolve the solution for the facade sector-wise. We want to make sure that what we can achieve is exactly the architect they want, the design intent for short. So, of course, as I mentioned earlier in the beginning, we had this the so-called the international connection between the partner and between the so-called the different consultants. Now more and more, because now we are the whole world like a small country. So basically, everyone is actually working overseas for overseas projects. So no worries. Always, we can work together with the consultant overseas. Then, meantime, our local representative will work together alongside with the contractors, to make sure the whole project is actually executed smoothly. Yeah. So, Fischer, we always remember to want to working hand in hand to provide a one-stop solution, not only our product, but also we will work together with the panel supplier. For instance, now we have a more and more ceramic trend. More people are wish to have a thin panel material, looks nice, but not natural stone, have a consistent performance. So they will look into the ceramic panels. We will work together with those ceramic panel suppliers, and we will also work together with the local installers. Then when we go to the project, there will be one full system cycles. Okay, so there will be designer, there will be designer in place, there will be installer in place, there will be panel supplier in place. Then the architect, they can choose whatever color tone they wish. Then we have a facade solution will be in place as well. So this is a complete closed cycles. Then everyone work towards the same goal to achieve the architect intent, design intent. Then we will also provide the calculation, engineering judgment, Yeah, and of course we will share the so-called the content worldwide. And last but not least, every country they might have a so-called their own standard, some of local requirements. Okay, before you want to sell this system, there will be series of tests you need to conduct based on the local requirement. And after our investigation, then we'll work together with our local partnership, okay, to invest, to start to kick off and make sure everything is deliver according to the country's so-called standards. Yeah, that's why we make Fischer as a premium product. Yeah, but not only so-called from a performance of view, also but from in long-term sustainability wise, we would like to select the right partnership to have a less maintenance, less building maintenance, and easy to transform if in case in future they wish to change the facade design. All right, it's because the whole actually a modular system. So now we will have sharing some project reference.
Yeah. Sorry, I will have questions.
All right.
Question in your previous slide, you said is cost efficiency. This is quite interesting when we share to the customers, right? So I think cost efficiency of the overall system with Fischer already. So when we talk about the old systems and for the now Fischer already have a new solutions system. What kind of difference and what kind of gap for the cost efficiency for the Cedric?
Okay, from my perspective, normally when we talk about the cost of the facade, the owner will not just looking at the cost of the raw materials,
yeah,
or the workmanship, because they were also looking at it. Okay, I have a building. This is my building. After 20 years, I want my building. It looks still modern. Okay, if I want to have a less maintenance, because for the traditional, the maintenance is one of the issue. The maintenance not including the cleaning, but also in terms of damage of the stone, they can easily replace. All right. Then also that like I mentioned that if they have a so-called colorful design, then they want to change the color after 10 years maybe or 15 years, they can do the replacement to replace the current existing facade panels to another types of so-called another different color tones. Then even with different sizes, we can easily to replace the panel just to like Lego, take it off,
yeah,
and put it one side. Then we're doing the necessary design, then we use back. Of course, there will be some follow-up site inspection is necessary to make sure that every joint is actually correctly. Yeah, we have to looking at the long term, but not just talk about the raw material price. Yeah.
Okay, it's quite interesting, Cedric. Jadi mungkin so I will like explain in bahasa in Indonesian, Cedric.
Right.
Jadi untuk pemakaian material Fischer ini berarti bisa dalam waktu panjang nih, Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman sekalian gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya ada perubahan tampilan fasad gitu, sistem ini masih bisa berlaku sampai mungkin tahun-tahun selanjutnya seperti itu. Jadi ini bisa sangat mempermudah dan juga lebih efisiensi khususnya mengenai cost gitu ya untuk perubahan desain-desain itu. So this is quite interesting because we will efficiency about cost, right? Like if there are any changing for the materials for the facade, these systems can be used to the years ahead. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Followed by I mean the site inspection and engineering judgment will determine whether the framing is still okay or not okay. Yeah. If it is okay to go ahead, then we can like we watched the video showing that the cladding process is just like Lego. Yeah. Just like Lego, one piece by one piece cladding onto the horizontal profile. So make things everything is easy. Yeah.
Plug and play, right?
Sorry?
Plug and play, right?
Yeah, plug and play. Yes, like you said, plug and play. Correct. You're absolutely right.
Okay. Maybe Satria, do you have any question, Pak? Please.
Yeah, of course, I have a question. Actually, that what you explained about this is back to the undercut system, undercut anchor system. Just now you showed me that the undercut anchor system we can use in any other material other than stone. So I saw that the glass, right? Glass.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting for the what you put on the glass, because see, the first thing my doubt is how you make a hole for this undercut anchor to the glass. The first thing is how to make a hole, because it's only just through hole, it's fine. But as the other as you see in other presentation, in other page of the presentation, you show like you need to make like a triangle underneath
The conical shape.
yeah, like a cone shape like that.
Yeah.
And how you make that cone shape on the glass?
Yeah, this is actually a very interesting question. For glass, it's a bit tricky because if we want to use the glass as glass facade, which means the glass have to be tempered, which means the hardening process. So if you want to achieve that, we have to step by step to drill the hole. We cannot drill on the so-called hardened glass; it will break easily.
Yeah. I mean, of course, once you make once you apply this kind of system to the glass,
Yeah.
Once you make a hole, of course, the glass have to be annealed glass first. So
Yeah.
without any heat treatment process,
Yes.
heat treatment process.
Yeah,
And
right.
after make a hole, then you do the heat treatment process.
Yes.
But the thing is, my question is, how you make a cone? How do you make a cone hole on the glass?
The process is actually something similar as this so-called this slide shown. But of course, we need to have additional.
So the drilling process is actually, it's the same. It's the same method like we apply it in ceramic cladding material, all kind of natural stones, and even we can say the drill bits are comparable.
But you mean the drill bit have to be different, have a deal, right? Like a diamond bit or something?
Actually, there's not that much difference in terms of we've used diamond drill bits, but it's actually similar. The diamonds work, industrial diamonds work like in all kind of materials, but the procedure is for sure a little bit different, and the drill bit time is also, if you compare, for instance, a limestone, we describe a limestone, for instance, as natural stone as a softer material, and if you compare it versus glass or even a ceramic, we have much harder material, and this causes also a longer duration of the drilling process.
I mean,
and,
I mean, if
and as well with, it's always a combination of different parameters, like let's say the drill speed, the RPM of the drill bit machine itself, and as well for sure a high impact will have always, we are talking always about wet drilling in depth types of material, about the water flow, constant water flow.
Yeah, I mean, as a facade designer and facade engineer, it's quite interesting method actually, this one, and also it would be another additional option basically to given to architect. Why? Because at the moment, what you have like a frameless glass wall, like in the podium or at other side of the building, like in the lobby or something like that. Normally, if you want to have appearance like a frameless glass wall, normally we use a fixed point system or spider system, which is all the point fixing will be appear and show in the external glass surface, right? But if you do this anchorage like this, that means there's a possibility the appearance of the glass like a smooth surface, so without any pointing in the external surface of glass. Maybe this is another solution also you can give to other to architect. Not only you, I mean we can give to the architect.
You're absolutely right. What we see, for instance, it could be also used in a special interior application like handrail connection with glass. Would be also interesting in terms of the design. Really, yeah. Cedric, you already opened some slide from a reference which we did.
For the Porsche Museum. Yeah. So.
Yeah, this is what I meant actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems that in the laminated glass also you can use it. It's not only monolithic glass, but laminated also.
Yes, we can use. You see, this is actually a laminated glass, two layer. For the glass wise, we have to work closely with the glass manufacturer to to make sure that the hole is drilled correctly, and so-called. Then after that, the hardening process is running smooth. Then we can set the anchor. This the process is quite tricky, but yeah, eventually it looks nice in a way that you can see this.
So you can use also for the balustrade, for the glass, glass wall. Or others.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you're right.
As you see that for the stone, for example, the minimum thickness you can use this. This system anchorage is 8 mm, right? The minimum thickness for the stone.
For the stone is 20 mm. For ceramic is 8 mm.
Oh, for ceramic 8 mm. For the stone is 20
Yes.
mm. And how about the glass? What is the minimum thickness?
We defined 8 millimeter.
It
Depends which kind of glass we use.
Correct. So for single layer is actually for 10 and 12 mm. Then for combined 10 or 8, 10 by 10 or 10 to 12.
Yeah.
So you mean I saw that the toughened glass or the fully tempered glass you can use also without heat soak test or heat soak processing? Is it not like a spontaneous breakage or something?
Soak test with this part. For the soak test wise, toughen, we need to find out more. I mean, for myself, because as for in Singapore right now, we didn't really have a so-called glass project. So for this part, I need to find out more information. Yeah,
we can take this and provide you further details afterwards. I would propose.
But overall, this is really, it's very interesting, and it really give us the more option to make new system for the facade and new what we call it, new appearance later on to our facade face later on.
Yeah,
it's really interesting. This is the drilling method, yeah, in the glass.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. For the glass will be more sensitive on the movement. So, but normally for the glass manufacturer company, they will have a high precision CNC machine. So, I mean this part they need to try it out on the so-called the precision of the hole.
Hey Cedric, I think that one is need a heat soak test. If you see the
Here, yes.
Yeah.
After temper, we need to do the heat soak test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like typo error in your.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah. All right.
Okay, Cedric, can you continue your presentations?
Yep. I will.
Oke, jadi saya undang kembali bagi teman-teman atau Bapak Ibu yang ingin menanyakan beberapa hal mengenai Fischer di sesi talkshow ini, silahkan dituliskan terlebih dahulu di kolom chat, nanti akan kita bacakan dan mudah-mudahan sudah berbahasa Inggris ataupun yang masih berbahasa Indonesia nanti kita akan coba translate untuk bisa dijawab langsung oleh Cedric dan Ramadhana. Okay, please Cedric, continue.
Okay, thank you. So I will show some local reference. I mean, this local including Southeast Asia, in this region. Okay. So the first one is actually this building is already more than 10 years at National University of Singapore. Yeah, it's actually used for the limestone. Then we also have the fictional police. You can see all the curved stone. This project also more than 10 years right now in Singapore. Then another one, I think the lady, they would like to go to this place. Yeah, Singapore, Orchard Road. So the stone is actually quite heavy. It's actually 35 to 40 mm. This is actually including not only vertical but overhead. So the stone is quite heavy. It's actually all hanging by this FZP2 anchors. Then recently we also complete one project is Marina 1 and Hut. Yeah, you can see it's a cave-like. Then it's all the thick strip line stone. So it's hang there to form this shape. Then we have another high-end condominium project in Singapore next to the Orchard Road. Yeah, you can see the stone here. We have an ongoing project also located at the Orchard. We call it Orchard Boulevard 88. So this is a mixed development project. The below is actually 8-story hotel. Then on top will be the residential area. For the hotel wise, it's actually all using the stone panels, our full system. Then another ongoing project is actually a high-end Delhi house. Developed by our local developer and the main contractor, Locking Hua. So basically, the beauty of this project is, firstly, this project is actually the first project between Fischer and Constantino. Constantino is actually a Spanish company. They are actually the stone supplier, 12 mm thick ceramic panels, right? Then you can see the design, the arcade design in turn. Here we have a slope at the window area. So yeah, we are actually in the process of constructing it. I'm looking forward to have the final presentation of this project. All right.
Cedric, hold on.
Yeah.
I think I want to asking something. In your previous slide and this slide, the next slide, I think Fischer already in use in the highest building, right? Do you have any maximum height for this for application for this product?
Technically, if for within as long as within the so-called engineering calculation, even up to the, I mean, we are talking about high skyscraper.
Yeah.
As long as the anchor capacity still within the safe working load, then we are able to use it. So I don't have a specific height because everywhere they have a different wind load, different conditions. But later in the international project reference, Ralph and Magdalena will show you some of the very iconic full high scraper. yeah, quite interesting. Yeah. Then yeah, this one is in Jakarta.
I know this place.
Alright. Yeah. So the beauty of this is actually that you see they are usually using large slab. It's a huge slab. It's not a small slab. So because of the ceramic, it actually the ceramic panels, as long as the bending strength or the fluctuation strength of the ceramic panel is able to hold to the design under the design so-called requirement, then the ceramic panel they have more freedom to play compared with natural stone, because the shape they can easily to form a different shape, and the color tone we can customize it. For most of the ceramic panel suppliers, they can customize the patterns, unlike the stone. So it will give more freedom design to the architect. Yeah. Yeah, this is a brand, you know who, that in Thailand. Then we also have in Singapore. We also have 3 store, all actually using our P2 anchors. Yep. So now go to project reference. I will hand over to Ralph and Magdalena.
Okay. Please, Ralph and Magda.
Okay. This is actually one of the first projects, public projects which we ever did. It was the beginning, 1994. We started, I guess, if I remember well, 1990 something. But we selected that big project because we got trust in us that our system works. It was for us really a big step forward in the journey on worldwide references as well, where we used the FZP1. This one is also interesting. It also demonstrates, meanwhile, that facade business or big projects are always in combination with worldwide operating companies, manufacturer, and experts like engineers, facade consultants, even suppliers are, let's say, spread all over the world. And it was also for us a big project, including providing our drill rig stations on site, providing trainings on site. And if you look on the quick info, you see it's a big bunch of global working organizations and people together. And that makes the things also interesting and unique to have a collaboration all over culture-wide. This is what we really like to do as well. This is also an iconic project. We are especially proud because, I tell you the truth, we replaced the traditional pin system out of that project because they had some problems with some breakage, especially high costs of maintenance, and the owner decided, no, we change completely the system. Let's use Fischer FZP anchors because we can activate also the bending strength of the material. And yeah, we are really lucky that we also had the chance. In the beginning, we lost the project due to price reasons, but at the end, we got it back. and we believe we are the better solution, long time.
Yeah, maybe I can say some words to this project. The cladding material is actually a natural stone from Germany, produced there. Also, the panels, the drill holes have been drilled there. Then the owner is actually a Chinese company. The contractor is from the Middle East. The architect is from New York, Chicago, the SOM, the famous architect that operates worldwide. So yeah, we have here again, just like Ralph said before, a worldwide span of involved parties. And altogether we managed to clad the highest natural stone facade in the world. So with 412 meters so far. No problems. So we're really proud that we were chosen to do this, and it was the construction started with this natural stone in 2008. So yeah, we were really happy about this one, that we were able to clad it, even though high wind loads, for very tall building. But yeah, it's
so like Cedric said before, for this product, did have any maximum highest for the buildings, right?
Correct. So we just have to make the static calculations and see if everything is according to the safety regulations, and if that all works out, and we really have like we can do a lot higher, because our products are just that we just have really good products that can hold large panels, even in large thicknesses in natural stone. Just to give you an example, in the US, they like to use the Indiana limestone, which is a really weak stone, and you have to have 5 centimeters thickness minimum. And even for those type of stones, we have solutions that can be used in rough climates. So that's a project that was finished recently. It's again a natural stone from Germany, shipped to the US, and shipped actually first to Miami, where they made units, steel frames or aluminum frames, and the stone with our anchor, and then they shipped it up to New Jersey and clad the facade with it. It's also a large building. Actually, it's the tallest building in whole New Jersey, and it's right outside of the Freedom Tower of Manhattan. And there we had one of these cases. We had to use 5 centimeter stone due to local regulations, even though from a technical standpoint it was not necessary, but the law was just that we have to use 5 cm. And so also nice project.
Interesting home, actually.
This one is a project. It's for sure the scale is a bit smaller, but anyhow we wanted to let you also know it's the challenge for that project was especially that we had a facade application as well. We had a roof application, and to combine both, it was a little bit more the challenging part. But you see it as well. We combined 2 different, let's say concealed subframe systems, even to fulfill that kind of high-end villa in Croatia. It's also similar to the reference which Cedric showed before at the Prada shop. It was also similar. This one we want to mention as well. It's located in Iceland, means seismic area as well. We just recently finished that project. We are also proud that we could deliver here our technique, our undercut technique, and it was also a special stone out of Iceland. And it shows that we can operate in all kinds of environmental issues with our Fischer system solutions. This one is also a really iconic project, which we did together with, the company is probably well known, the contractor Gardner Steel or Permastelisa, sometimes well known. For that project it's a design shape. That means every single, let's say, panel was different, And in that case, we used as well our unique FZPG glass anchor as well. And the material described is a crystalline material. It's not anymore, it's more or less from the properties of the glass. It's not anymore ceramic or something like that. And it made the thing really special. Yeah, would be nice to do more projects like that, but this is yeah, something special which we performed in Santiago de Chile in South America.
Yeah, so it's an older project out of, but it's one of the largest there that we had with the limestone, and yeah, it's really iconic, and it was again a cooperation between a lot of countries. So we are really happy that we have the subsidiaries worldwide. In this case, here we have, of course, an office in the US, so that we can, you know, not just operate from Germany. You always have these time differences, but that we have local people there, just similar to we have our office in Singapore. We have Mr. Safety as our partner in Indonesia, so that projects that are on other parts of the world can go smoothly.
This is actually an old project reference as well, based in our capital city in Germany. We had there also a challenge in terms of the formats as well. And for sure it was located in the capital of our country.
Yeah, and maybe I can add, this material is also German limestone. It's called Muschelkalk or fossil stone, and it's a quite weak stone, special anchor type for weak limestones. So yeah, this was possible even though it has a certain height.
So Magda and Ralph, I just want to questions. I have a concerns about we Fishers don't have any maximum heights to use this product, but for weight, maybe this for this anchor of this Fisher products, any have a maximum weight to carry the material Magda, because just we know like natural stone or some glasses have big weight to handle for the anchors. Yeah.
So we actually we won't have a weight limitation. We can describe the load-bearing behavior of our selected undercut anchors precisely, even if we do the special, if it's necessary, special pull-out testing, shear load testing, and according to the existing, let's say, dead loads, we would select the amount of or the use of undercut anchors. But actually there's no limitation. The limitation would be in that case if the steel breaks of our FZP anchors, but we anyhow have the limitations of the safety factor.
So when we want to use the panel materials, we will have a big weight. Maybe you, Cedric or Magda, can invite to explanation and give presentations about that, right?
Yeah. I mean, for this, the weight is really subject to the materials. We have to run through the test, then we will know whether the what is the capacity of the panels, of that kind of materials in terms of tension, in terms of shear. But in general, for natural stone, 30 mm like granite, okay, just give you a very rough indicative the loading. We are talking about one single anchors, about 200 kg to 500 kg. It depends on the density.
Anchors, right?
One anchor only.
Oh.
Yeah. So then for the natural stone wise, we have 4 anchors.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's really, I mean, in terms of design wise, the anchor and after the test, the capacity of the anchor or the anchor itself, the steel strength is always not the first concern. It's not the decisive failure factors. The decisive failure factor is always the panel materials, because because we are talking about the bending strength.
Yeah.
Because due to wing, we have the wing suction and the wing compression, then will cause the panels the bending failure. That will be actually in normal 90%, I can say is actually that will be the weakest part, which we need to pay more attention on that. Yeah.
Wow, quite interesting. 200 for one pieces anchor.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Even for those granite, when we conduct the ultimate test, which is the destructive test load, the value can be shoot up to 14, can be shoot up to 15. It really depends. 14 kilonewton, which means 1 ton plus, very close to 2 ton. It's really subject to the so-called the panel materials, how the panel materials actually perform. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
It is quite interesting. Maybe I want to translate to the participants. Jadi Bapak Ibu, satu anchor dari Fischer ini itu bisa menahan beban sekitar 200 kg nih. Jadi kalau misalnya ada desain-desain yang seperti ini yang membutuhkan tampilan fasadnya adalah mungkin ada natural stone atau mungkin keramik, ini masih bisa dimanfaatkan anchor ini. Okay, please, Cedric, maybe you can you wanna more.
Maybe I try to explain Pak Bayu. Maybe I try a bit explain for that. Normally, or if you have like a stone cladding or ceramic cladding or even concrete, for example, normally the who failed first during the you given load to the anchor, normally the concrete or the material cladding itself normally will be fail first rather than the anchor. Anchor fail normally on the torsion. So when you tighten the anchor, and then when you give the torsion and tighten the anchor, and then you overload, and then the anchor will be break, for example, like that. But normally who break first is the panel. So yes, it means that one anchor, I'll say that Cedric said is 200 kilograms, but as you install in the panel, you are not install one anchor, but you install 4 anchor. But when you install 4 anchor, it depends on the area of the panel itself. Because as you do the fixed point system like that, that means all the stress, the glass, all the panel stress will be to the corner, to the anchor area. So that's actually the more critical area for the panel, for the glass, concrete. I mean for the say I would say GRC or this one or stone or ceramic itself like that.
Yeah. Satria is actually to the point. So because the panel we need to have we will have a four anchors, 4 anchor point to take a panel size. For instance, the natural stone we can go up to 3 meters square. Then just to show you one example, like this is actual limestone. So this is actually the test from the third-party lab. We have this is all failure load. To determine the capacity of the anchor, not only talk about the figures, but also we need to consider about the deviation, which means the more deviate the failure, the result is, then the smaller the so-called the capacity is. So as a result, you can see from here that we have all the failure load at this range. This is under tension, this is under shear. Then eventually, after we consider the deviation, standard deviation, then bring the safety factors, that the 5% factor of failure in terms of characteristic in tension is actually 600 kg. This is in shear load is actually 700 kg. Yeah, just for one single point. But it's really subject to the material itself. Yeah, all right.
Okay, it's quite interesting, Cedric. Okay, we will back to the presentations. Okay, this is the one of hotel in Berlin, right, Rolf?
Yeah. We can go actually, Cedric, to the next one as well.
Yeah.
This is actually a project based in the Pacific region in Auckland. We did there, it was one of the first big projects in the heart or downtown of Auckland, a natural stone facade. Also, the stone provider does come from Europe. And also, especially, we had also the possibility to do interior cladding. We had both that was something special. It was also special. We had outside 30 millimeter or 3 cm panels. Inside we used 20 mm. For sure, we have a big bunch of different projects which we realized in China. We just put out only a few. It's an old project which we already did 2006. Special of that project was it's still the highest sandstone project worldwide, and that makes the things or made the things for us challenging as well. Sandstone is also a soft stone, and we tried to find there a safe solution as well. This is recently a project which we finalized Chongqing in China, and if you look probably to the design and the shape, it reminds you immediately to the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. It's really special is actually it's the highest building with a horizontal part in a height and more than 200 meters, and this makes the things really special. Coming back again to one of the most challenging areas worldwide, which we performed several big large-scale and high-rise buildings, is as well here in Taipei. We had here the possibility to fulfill the highest wind loads ever. So 8 kilonewton per square meter is really a lot. And this in combination with seismic loads as well. Again, project in Taiwan, it's in that case natural stone granite, also really a tall building. It's let's say a combination. It's a high-rise building with residential and some public spaces as well, again with seismic. Here we have a project which we recently did in Taiwan again. It was a project which we performed with the material of Tonton, means the thin material, again with seismic and high wind loads. This was really a unique project in Tashkent. Really special was to provide that amount of machines on site to Tashkent. It was logistic-wise for us also challenging to provide 13 drill bit machines there. We also sent over our colleagues also from headquarters to provide trainings that everything runs smooth and safe. This is in Switzerland again a project which we performed. I don't know when it was. Specialty was here that we did the project together with the general contractor Yuanda. Yuanda is a Chinese-based company, and they started at the beginning of the 2000s, also a subsidiary in the city of Switzerland, and they came to us and asked us if we would like to do together with them in Switzerland a project. So again, it's interesting. The project was located in Switzerland. The assembly was in China. Project based in India. We do since a while a lot of projects in India as well. Here we have again a ceramic tile projects which we did in the Netherlands. Also, if you look on the panel size, it's from a manufacturer. It's an old traditional ceramic manufacturer based in the Netherlands, where we customized a special FZP T anchor. The T anchors are actually for thin materials, and we had there the specialty and the challenge to find a proper solution, and we developed for that project a special thread length of our anchor. So interesting is we can customize project-wise items as well. This is something which we do, and you should know that if it's necessary, we can do something like that. This is the project which was shown before as well in another slide from Cedric, where we also used in a double skin glass facade and also some parts interior with our glass anchor FZPG. we had also the big opportunity to be part of the new governmental district in Beijing. It was, I believe, one of the biggest projects or infrastructure project which we delivered a massive amount of our undercut anchors there. And it was really, astonishing what kind of projects were realized in China as well.
And the next question still from Pak Adi Wijaya. He asked about how did the anchors will be planted in the glass?
Yeah, I think you can show the anchor picture first. Cedric, can you answer regarding this? It depends on the depth of the drilling on the glass.
The embedment depth, right?
Yeah, the embedment.
Okay, so basically for the embedment depth, for let's say 10 or 12 mm, in general, our remaining wall thickness is actually 40% of the panel thickness as a remaining wall thickness. Then if let's say we have a laminated, then of course, because we have a limited combination, for the laminated we can have a 10 combined with 8 or 10 by 10 or 10 by 12. So means to say we have to drill through the first glass 10 mm, then with the another embedment of a remaining wall thickness of 40%. So for instance, 10 plus 8 is 18. So we need to drill 8 mm, remaining 4 mm also. So let's say we remain 4 mm, then we have to drill another 4 mm. So total drill depth is actually 14 mm. It's just give you a guideline. Yeah.
Nah, di dalam katalog Pro di halaman pertama yang akan kita temukan adalah ini seperti newsfeed kalau kita ada di Facebook atau di LinkedIn. Jadi kita bisa melihat berbagai macam info-info terbaru dari brand-brand yang sudah punya halaman di katalog Pro, aktivitas-aktivitas katalog Pro dan hal lainnya gitu. Jadi kita bisa melihat ini ada apa aja sih di katalog Pro dan apa saja nanti next program-programnya. Kita mungkin sebagai arsitek, konsultan, konsultan sipil, MI, kita perlu mengetahui material apa saja sih yang perlu dispesifikasikan atau diaplikasikan di proyek kita. Nah, menariknya di katalog Pro kita mempunyai sistem bagaimana sih kita membuat sebuah dokumen outline spec gitu, pemilihan materialnya. Di sini kita bisa pilih kita mau masuk ke kategori subkategori apa gitu. Jadi di sini dari aspek interior di bawahnya ada subkategori berapa macam yang bisa kita pilih, kategori sipil dan juga MI. Nah, contoh misalnya kita ingin masuk ke kategori sipil, kita sebagai konsultan sipil dan kita ingin mengangkat kategori anchor dan fastener. Di sini kita bisa masuk dan akan ada beberapa brand yang memang sudah masuk di kategori tersebut. Misal kita ingin melihat halaman Fischer. Nah, di sini kita bisa langsung klik Fischernya dan nanti kita akan masuk ke dalam halaman Fischer. Dan yang terpenting di setiap halaman, karena ini seperti sosial media, setiap halaman brand kita akan bisa mengetahui Fischer itu dari mana sih, kantornya di Indonesia itu di mana, perwakilannya siapa gitu. Dan yang terpenting pada saat kita klik perwakilannya di sini, nah di sini kita akan bisa tahu nomor sampai dengan nomor handphonenya. Jadi kalau misalnya Bapak Ibu atau teman-teman ingin direct telepon langsung ke nomor handphone Pak Heri sebagai perwakilan Fischer Indonesia itu bisa dilakukan.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you Cedric, Ralph, and Magda. Thank you so much for your
jangan lupa
product of Fischer, and thank you Pak Satria. Terima kasih sudah menjadi professional reviewer di acara Product of the Week. Kita ketemu lagi untuk teman-teman. Terima kasih sudah hadir dalam acara Product of the Week bersama Fischer hari ini. Dan jangan lupa untuk terus saksikan Product of the Week minggu depan. Kita bersama Pentes dan juga Product of the Week PERAFI series. Jadi kita akan membahas mengenai produk-produk fasad yang ada di Indonesia. Seperti itu. Dan jangan lupa untuk terus saksikan, ada special talk show nanti di tanggal 30 September bersama Asahimas, dan juga tanggal 9 September nanti kita akan bertemu di Medan. Sampai jumpa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore.